What's going on, Thunder fans? We are back for another week of Thunder Things with the Thunder guys. We're actually not able to stream live this week because, as per usual, having some internet struggles. But that's all right. We're able to record, and we're going to talk about what we need to talk about. You guys can hear about it after the fact and let us know what you think. So, without further ado, I'm Zach.
I am Craig.
And we are the Thunder guys, and it's about 12:15 on Sunday afternoon, Super Bowl Sunday afternoon, and the Thunder is about to tip off here in about 45 minutes. So, if you're tuning in to hear us talk about the Boston game, it's already happened.
Oh, that's who we're playing today? I'm kidding.
Kind of. We're totally taking you serious right now. Like, this guy's a Thunder guy, and he don't even know.
That's my life.
Oh, that's my life.
I just don't ever know what's going on.
So, it's been 2 weeks since we've done a show, and that's okay. We've got pretty busy lives. And if you guys did not know, we do lots of things. Like, lots of things. It's
that was
okay.
probably
It
really
wasn't that
loud. It wasn't?
Craig's playing with his coffee cup. It made a little bit of a noise.
The lid was crooked and it was bothering me.
It ain't even bad.
Okay, cool.
But back to what I was saying. Here's the deal. I'm a father. I
am not a father.
I have 4 children. The 4th one is currently in the womb and will be
I
here.
don't count yet.
Oh, she definitely counts.
Nah.
She will be here outside of the womb around May 22nd. That's the due date. And on top of that, I'm a teacher and a basketball coach. Craig is what would you label your title? What's your official title?
On my taxes, I put restaurant manager because I thought it sounded cool.
I like to think of him as, I don't know, man. It's gotta sound way cool. That does sound good, but the things that you do, they warm my heart. I'm just gonna say he works at Texadelphia, and I love Philly cheesesteaks.
So that's why it warms your heart, or is there something else that I do?
I mean, there are other things. You get us discounts on those foods.
Oh my god!
I did get you that job, by the way. You remember that, right?
You did.
Which is so weird how that happened.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. Point being is, we work a lot and we do a lot of things, and so we make the show happen whenever it can happen, and we love doing it. Obviously, once my basketball season dies down here in about a month, we'll be pretty regular. Pretty regular. So, we're not going to go through every single game we played the last 2 weeks, although they have all been wins, so that's always nice. That aside, we've got some things to discuss, some stuff to talk about. But let's go ahead and just jump right in. Rather than covering every single game, what are you seeing lately? I gave you some stuff before the show that we could talk about, so just go ahead and pick one, and let's just start talking about stuff.
Pick one. I say we go with the big one, the 3-point shooting. Let's start right there.
So, for the longest time, isn't that a song?
I don't know.
I feel like there's a song somewhere.
For the first time in forever.
No, I know there's that, but
what was the results of the poll that I put out?
let me see if let's not jump to the poll yet.
Oh, okay.
Let's jump in and talk about it. So, on the season, the Thunder has moved up to shooting 34.9% from the 3, which puts them at 18th in the NBA. Okay?
Moving on up.
If we just go to January, as you pointed out to me, you were wrong. You were close. You said the Thunder was the best 3-point shooting team? Oh, well then you were right.
Yeah.
The Thunder was the second best 3-point shooting team in the entire NBA in the month of January. Behind only the San Antonio Spurs, who are, if I remember, yes, the best 3-point shooting team in the entire NBA. So let's just go to the 7-game win streak. I'm curious to see where the Thunder is. Holy moly! Okay, we shot 40.4% in the month of January.
Correct.
To be the second best.
Yes.
We shoot 34.9% on the season. 7-game win streak. let me also throw this out there. For the entire season, the Thunder averages right at 30 attempts per game, 30.1. In the month of January, they averaged 30.2. So that's attempt number did not go up. Makes just started happening. But if we go to the 7-game win streak, we've dropped to 28.3 attempts. Guess what percent we're shooting in the 7-game win streak from 3?
52.
That's really freaking close. 47%. That's redonkulous.
I went too high.
Here's
the way
the
you
thing.
were like freaking out, I thought it was going to be like a crazy number.
That to me, that's
47
crazy.
is
Listen,
yeah.
shooting 40% for a month, especially for this team, is stupid.
Yeah, for sure.
Whenever you look at where we've been, it's just it shouldn't be happening. I feel like, and the fact that it is, it's just dope, man.
Yeah.
We had this discussion many shows ago that you felt a key was the Thunder being a better 3-point shooting team. I was like, I just don't know if that has to be it. At this point, I don't know that it has to be, but it is.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that pleases me the most out of all these numbers is the attempts number. It's not changing. Okay, you look at the way some of these other teams are shooting, like, let's just, on the season, you look at the Rockets, obviously, and they average 44 attempts per game. Okay? That's almost as many free throws as James Harden averaged. I'm just kidding. But for real. The Bucks average, they're the second highest at 37.7. You go all the way down, and the Thunder is 20th in attempts. That means there are 19 other teams that are averaging over 30 attempts per game. The fact that we don't have to do that, and we can shoot as well as we are, count me in.
For sure. No doubt.
Okay? So, more on the three-point shooting vein, we take a look at Paul George.
Joe Porge.
And MVPG, right?
Yeah.
I mean, why not? The dude's been killing it. On Friday night, first off, he tied a franchise record for made threes.
With 10, right?
With 8. And then he immediately broke it with 9. And then he immediately broke it again with 10.
Okay, so 10 was the final. Yeah.
I'm just saying, this was the progression of the game where he tied it and we were like, cha. He'd done that twice.
Like,
He'd already done
going.
that before. So he tied his own record that he tied with, I believe it was Alex Abrinas, if I remember correctly. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think it is. And then he set it, and then he reset it. Okay? And I feel like had he played the entire game, he probably would have kept making them. I don't know. But looking at what he's doing right now, as of late especially, on the season, he's averaging 41% from 3. And he's averaging almost 4 makes a game from 3. Okay? We go back to the 7-game win streak. I'm excited to look at this, man. I can't wait. 7-game win streak. He's shooting 55% from 3.
That's insane, man.
He's got over 5 makes per game, and he's not shooting very many more. He's shooting 0.6 more threes, but he's making 1.5 more of them a game.
I hate to make this comparison, but it's almost like watching, the season where Golden State set the record for 3 points made?
Right.
And it's every time Steph shot the ball, you're like, yep, it's going in.
Yep.
It's getting to that point with Paul George. Like,
I feel like I'm there. I feel like I'm there.
Sometimes it looks so awkward, too. Like, he's off balance. Yeah. He's dribbling the ball weird. Like, he looks like he's out of control, but he's in control at the same time, if that makes any sense. And then just puts up a shot, and they're falling. So,
another scary number that I'm seeing here. During the win streak, is Dennis Schroeder is shooting 56% from 3 in those 7 games. Me thinks that's not going to last.
Missed that game the other night, man.
But where he just went crazy. Oh, yeah. And another high note, Russell Westbrook over the 7-game win streak is shooting a gentleman's 30.4% from 3.
Better than his season average.
Yeah, he has improved his season average to 24.9%.
Nice.
Okay. But Terrence Ferguson over the 7-game win streak, he's shooting 46.4. We look at the entire season.
He didn't play in one of those though, right?
Yeah, correct. But we look at the season, and Paul George, obviously, he leads the Thunder at 41%. Right behind him, though, you've got Terrence Ferguson at 39%. And he's averaging 3.3 attempts, knocking down 1.3 of those a game. And I feel like, let's just take it back the last 15 games. Last 15 games, he is leading the Thunder at 47.9%. He's making almost half. 5 attempts per game. And Paul George is literally right below him. But here's my thing. Terrence Ferguson, if you take away that awful start he had like the first 12 games or so from 3, and then you look at where he's at from now, I don't care what he is on the season. I don't care what anybody is on the season. I care where they're at right now.
Yeah.
And where they're going to be, moving forward. And right now, Thunder's one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league. I don't get it, but it's true.
Add that to the list of things you never thought we'd say on this show.
Without a doubt. And the thing is, we've not had even like reliable three-point shooting in years.
Yeah.
And we have, listen, everybody says we need to make a trade. We need to make a trade. We need a shooter. I like developing guys where we're at. If we can do that, then we can. If a trade's there, yeah, but here's the danger. When you bring in a guy who's a good shooter, you're probably sacrificing something.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that's defense, which is what this team is about. Right now, I don't feel like we need to trade for a shooter.
I agree. Let alone two. Like some people are saying that we're 2 shooters away. I'm like, well, we're not getting 2 shooters. So if that's what we need, then it's not happening.
Right. Here's what we need, in my opinion. We need a backup power forward that's going to be reliable. And I love Tupat as a person. I think he's a great guy. He's a good bench guy, locker room guy. The output on the floor, though, hasn't been there, and I'd like to see that. You know what's interesting is there are rumblings. You heard about the Kristaps Porzingis trade. Mm-hmm. He's headed to Dallas. Great spot for him, in my opinion. Luka has just been playing out of his mind. Better than I picked him as Rookie of the Year, and he's played even better than I thought.
Yeah.
And what's crazy even about that is he's not even a runaway for Rookie of the Year. Trae Young's managed to sneak his way into the conversation.
Yeah, but
I think a big factor is you look at what the team is doing.
Yeah.
And the Mavs are a little bit better. Well, yeah, they're a little bit better. But so Porzingis is in Dallas now. DeAndre Jordan was shipped off to New York, and I've been seeing that he's going to be bought out. And a lot of people are saying the Thunder should go after him because we've got roster spots. And
his athleticism would fit in well, I think.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering how he accepts that role. What happens to Nerlens in that case? You know what let's just say it happened. You know what could happen after that? We would get more Nerlens Adams minutes. Might even get some Nerlens DeAndre Jordan minutes. How great would that be? Having those guys on the court together. It doesn't happen now because Adams goes out, Nerlens comes in.
Right.
Seeing those guys on the court together, it happened the other night for just a little bit. I think that'd be so fun.
So you think that Presti's looking for a big move like that, or you think?
Nah, I mean, it wouldn't be a big move. It would be a small salary. We couldn't.
Well, yeah, but I would still consider him to be a big.
I 100% think Presti is trying to add one more piece. I do. I don't know. Only because we have roster spots. I don't know if he's going to ship anybody out to bring somebody in. I don't want to mess with the chemistry too much of what's going on. And some people are like, yeah, but Terrence Ferguson's playing so well. We could trade him for somebody. And I'm like, we don't need to.
Yeah.
He's hitting. He's a fantastic defender. I think people are still underrating his defensive capabilities. In my mind, he's not defensively at a little buzz going on over here from my phone, just to clarify. Terrence Ferguson is not on Andre Robertson's level defensively yet.
Right.
I think he's getting there. He is not on Andre Robertson's offensive level. He has way surpassed that. He's turned himself into a danger shooter, and everybody knows that he can attack the basket. Why would we trade that away?
Right. I'm looking at Terrence Ferguson and thinking, man, one of these awkward draft picks is finally going to pan out. I'm not trying to get too ahead of myself, but it's looking that way.
Right. I'm wondering when Andre returns, where does he fit into things?
I'm still wondering if Andre returns.
Well, what do you mean? Like you think he never plays basketball again?
No, I'd never plays basketball for the Thunder again, potentially.
I think there's no way that he doesn't play for the Thunder, at least a little bit. And here's why. He's got an okay contract. Now that he's been hurt, obviously it doesn't look like a great contract, but who's going to want to pay $10 million for potentially unknown goods, if you want to put it that way? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think he plays at least. Here's my dream scenario. We don't desperately need him right now, but there is a place for him. So here's what I want. He keeps rehabbing and he gets healthy. But hold on. Sometime in March, maybe mid-March, he makes his comeback. 15 minutes a game. Give him 15 to 20 minutes a game. By playoffs, if we need a lockdown guy, and say Terrence Ferguson gets in foul trouble, which I feel like that's his main weakness is foul trouble right now. He comes in and he can help lock a guy down for a series. Why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot to pay a guy $10 million for that, but I mean.
But who else is going to pay him though?
I feel like he's respected around the league for his defensive abilities. I mean,
So
we said
maybe-
the same thing about Thabo Cephalosha.
Right.
We were like, who would want him? And
maybe an off-season trade then. I'm just saying, I think he makes his return this season for at least moderate playing time, and then after that we'll see. I don't know if he does a solid job though.
Did you see? Sorry, go ahead.
If he does a solid job though, then I say why ship him out. I don't know.
Did you see where it was before a game? I don't know which game it was, but that he like gave his own money to that family, like some of his personal. Like he made a personal donation.
Yeah, something
that
to
was
do
really cool.
with like to pay off a bill or something like that.
Yeah.
I did see that, and that's another thing. I think he fits the Thunder mold, and I obviously during trade seasons everybody's like, I'll talk about guys I don't like, Draymond Green.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, but if he was on your team, you'd like him, and I'm like,
False.
I wouldn't. If we get rid of character and personality, and we look at strictly basketball skills, then sure, I like his basketball skills. His skill set would be good on this team. Who he is as a person, nah, fam, I'm out on that. I don't like the guy. I don't like him as a person. I don't like his demeanor towards his teammates, towards officials. In a game, I don't like that. And people say, well, he's basically the same thing as Russell Westbrook in terms of hothead and stuff like that. That's not true, though. Russ is a completely different person, and his style, while there may be some similarities in terms of like pushback, it's not the same. And so that for me, the Thunder has a very specific type of personality that they like to have, and I feel like everybody's got that, and I don't see him or there's just people don't take chemistry into consideration. Have you heard about all the potentials for Anthony Davis? Trade Steven Adams for Anthony Davis. And here's the thing. First off, I know you don't really care for Anthony Davis, and I've kind of jumped in on that. I think I've said for years he's injury prone.
I mean, yeah, I don't care for Anthony Davis on his own in New Orleans. I told you he wasn't good at winning games.
Yeah.
He'll tear up a box score. I mean, we've seen that. But, I mean, you add him with, LeBron in L.A., then that's a problem. And so I just wanted to clarify that. It's not that I don't think he's a good basketball player.
Yeah, right. The trade idea that I've seen is Steven Adams and Terrence Ferguson for Anthony Davis. And that Thunder fans would be okay with that. But New Orleans wouldn't be. And they probably wouldn't be. I don't know if I would be either. I don't know if...
It's probably one of those things where you have to take what you can get, though.
Yeah.
You let him walk for nothing, or do you take the best offer?
Well, here's the thing. He still has 2 years on his contract.
That's fair.
He let them know way ahead of time. So, but here's the thing. People, and here's my point. Skill set,
he's gone, though.
He's there.
It's not happening.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to take chemistry into consideration. You can't just throw a guy in here. And I mean, I saw some pretty dope lobs from Russell Westbrook to Anthony Davis in last year's All-Star game. That would be cool. But I don't know. I love Steve-O so much. It would be so hard for that to happen.
It would be, but...
So, I don't... And let me throw this out. I don't think the Thunder's going to make a move for him. I don't see that happen. No chance, in my opinion. But, I mean, if it did, I guess I'd have to figure out
I don't think you need another ball-dominant player on this team.
Yeah, agreed. 2 is good. 3 if you include Abdul Nader. So
4 if you include Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah.
So
we've got that. So just to kind of bring things back here. 3-point shooting has become a strong point, and I think that was key to the Thunder tweeted this out earlier a couple hours ago. The organization, January was the best offensive month in Thunder history. 120.6 points per game, 44.1 made field goals per game. And the Thunder's up to, I think it's 5th in the NBA in scoring.
Wow.
5th in points per game. Yeah. Everybody talked about, oh yeah, the defense is so good, but the offense needs help. Where y'all at now?
Yeah, my fear, and I like that. I like that this success from the 3 has come after a period where the Thunder struggled on defense.
Yes.
There was the losing streak where it was, everyone's back to this team has no identity. They don't know who they are.
I hate that
and
so much.
And we're back to the fire Billy Donovan talk and all this stuff.
Where are those people?
And so I just like that this has come after that, and I hope that the success doesn't, again, make the Thunder a little more relaxed on defense, because that's still, regardless of how well they shoot from the 3, if this team is going to win a championship this season, it's going to be because of the defense. And so that needs to remain.
I agree. Which still needs some improvement. And part of the problem is when you're playing at such a high pace that the Thunder is, and their pace is probably, I'm guessing when I say this, but somewhere near an all-time high, 3rd in the NBA. Okay? Then you're going to give up points. It's going to happen. Mm-hmm. The Thunder is still top 5 in net rating. They've moved up to 14th in offensive rating and dropped to 3rd in defensive rating. Well, tied for 2nd, actually, with the Celtics. But I'm okay with that. We're still in a good spot. A lot of people are going to fret over numbers like that, but let's look at results. 7-game win streak. That's tied for the longest in the NBA. Play the Celtics today, which is one of the 2 teams. One of the 4 teams that's above the Thunder in net rating. That's going to be a tough game.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And for me, I think the biggest thing is going to be simply containing shooters. You look at Marcus Morris, obviously. I've never really thought of him as a 3-point shooter, but he's been getting it done. Even Marcus Smart has been hitting some shots lately. And then, of course, you include Kyrie. Gordon Hayward's a question mark. I know that as good as anyone because he's on my fantasy basketball team. And he'll go for literally 2 points one night, and then he had a 30-point night the other night. He's just... I feel bad for the guy because he has not been the same since he returned.
It's...
So... But yeah, the Thunder offense is rolling.
Just to throw it out there, because I really like Gordon Hayward. It took Paul George a while to get adjusted as well. You know what I mean? There was...
Not this long, but you're right.
You don't think so?
No, he came back, and his first full season back was statistically his best season ever.
I didn't know that. So
now I think you
learned something new.
His injury may have come a little bit earlier in his career than Gordon's did. I don't know, or maybe Gordon just looks older because he got rid of that ridiculous haircut that he had in college, and now he's got some of the dopest hair in the NBA.
He does have nice hair.
But I don't know.
Can I throw out a subject?
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea for a talking point. Let's talk about James Harden.
Okay.
And where the NBA is at as a whole as far as the whole MVP race goes.
Okay. Well,
can I give you my opinion first before we start?
Yeah.
My opinion is that the buzz around James Harden right now proves that people care more about stats than they do about winning.
Fair.
You look at the results between Paul George and James Harden. Look at the record.
This is a classic.
And
2 years ago when Russ won.
Right.
James Harden deserved it because the Rockets were winning.
Yeah.
Not because of look at what Russ is doing to carry the Thunder to some wins. Spots have flipped with Paul George and Harden, and now, of course, Rockets fans are all about James Harden. I sent you this statistic. In the month of January, James Harden shot 192 free throws in NBA games. That's more than I shot, period, just shooting around. The entire Clippers starting 5 shot 165, and the Clippers are the team with the most free throw attempts in the league for the whole season. So one man shot more than an entire starting 5 did for the team that leads the league in free throw attempts. But that's where we're at. We're at the guy's averaging, is it 11 or 12 free throws per game?
He is averaging 12, 11.9.
He's averaging 12 free throws per game, and that's where we're at.
Here's the thing: is he scoring more than Russell Westbrook was during that season? Yes, but is he overall? I mean, you look at the rest of his stats. He's not averaging a triple double.
Nah.
So I'll give him that. Yeah, like
arbitrary numbers.
And I'm not trying to take away from what he's doing. He's still playing well.
No, and
I just don't think that it's. I don't get the hype, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's all I have to say about it.
I'm with you, and that's all I have to say about that. He's doing all this because he has to. Because it's the only way the Rockets can win, because they're not a great team. They've got a couple really good players. And they've got an injury. Clint Capella. Everybody deals with injuries. I want to hear it. Thunder hasn't had their All-NBA defensive player, Andre Robertson, for a whole year now. And they've managed to figure things out. Mm-hmm. The Denver Nuggets, the NBA's most injured team, tied for first in the West right now. I saw a stat last night. Their true starting five has played 2 games together.
Seems like the Thunder last season, man.
Remember
honestly, when we had that lineup that was like
it was
close to undefeated?
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
So, I mean, when they're healthy, they're going to be dangerous, blah, 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 whatever. Okay. So, the Thunder offense is rolling. Russell Westbrook, he's rolling 18 triple-doubles on the season. He's got 5 in a row. I feel like he's shooting better lately. He's killing it, leading the league in assists, and it's not even close. He's the only guy in double digits. He's averaging 10.9.
Which is crazy, because I feel like there used to be, multiple guys averaging.
He's so close. He's 11th in the NBA in rebounding. Okay? The next guy that's even close to him in height is probably Ben Simmons. No? Because he's 6'10". I didn't even realize he was that tall. I'm going down the list, and all these guys are power forwards and centers. Mm-hmm.
That's usually how it is.
Paul George.
Which one of these guys doesn't fit or something like that.
So here we go. Al Farouk Aminu is 6'9", and he's 27th. Paul George is 6'9", 6'8"?
Yeah, 6'8", 6'9".
And he's 28th. Kawhi Leonard is 6'9", I think. He's 29th. I mean, this is mind-boggling that he's doing what he's doing. Noah Vonleh for the New York Knicks, he's 6'9", and he's like 25th, I think. Call it stat padding if you want. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And he's not getting any attention for it.
With the other stat padding going around the league, I don't care about rebounding. You see James Harden jack up that 3?
Nah.
Houston's got the game in the bag. He jacks up a 3 to get to the 30-point to keep the streak alive.
You're kidding
I swear. I swear.
Okay.
Game is sealed. Like, Houston's gonna win.
That's fine. That's fine.
And no one's talking about it.
Exactly. If you're gonna pad stats,
if Russ did that,
he's only doing it for the streak. Of course, he's only doing it for the streak. Who wouldn't?
Oh, and then I guess the center for why am I blanking on his name? For Denver,
Jokic.
Yes, he did an extra assist to keep his
his little triple double.
Yeah,
arbitrary. Whatever. Anyways,
no one bats an eye.
Yeah, we've got about 15 minutes till tip off, and there is I want to talk some Super Bowl.
Okay.
But before we get to that, I texted you this question so you could think about it, and now I want to talk about it. Okay, so let me find the question.
I'm blanking. Am I?
You probably just skipped over. You're like, oh, cool. Those are topics that we will discuss. Okay,
it's
but
typically how it goes.
Last night, Kyle Kuzma dunked on Boogie Cousins, and then Cousins comes down later in the game to kind of spark a run and destroys Kuzma, in a sense. Okay, so it got me talking with the head coach at school that I coach with, and I want to pose this question. So here's the question: if you're about to get dunked on, a guy is going up for a dunk. He's driving down the lane. He's gonna dunk it.
Yeah.
And we can add some context specifics if we need to. But here are your options. What do you do? First off, go for the block. Try to take a charge, or do you just move, get out the way? All right. Now let me throw in some context specifics. Let's say that the guy may have a size advantage, but it's not much. And we'll just call it, let's start off with this. We'll call it a regular season game that's pretty much meaningless. Okay? Just an everyday normal
What point
situation.
of the game is it in?
Take your pick. It doesn't really matter. We'll call it a remotely close game, so you're not just like giving up points. But it's not so deep in the game that every bucket matters.
Right.
We'll call it midway through the third quarter, and it's single digit game.
I was gonna say you're gonna hate my answer because I would definitely say it's very situational. Like if the game's on the line, then I'm gonna try to block that shot.
Okay, but I just gave you the scenario.
Okay.
Midway through the third quarter, single digit game. It's close enough.
I have been dunked on before.
Okay.
And
in a game.
And to this day, this was like junior year of high school. To this day, when I'm hanging out with my friends, they'll be like, yo, remember when Craig got dunked on in that AAU tournament? So it's not fun, man.
Okay.
6 years ago, and they're still talking about it.
So let me ask you, what did you do that time?
I tried.
So you knew it was coming?
Yeah.
You saw the guy rise up?
I used to be able to somewhat jump.
Okay.
And I jump. I see my fingertips go past the rim. And
Okay.
I'm like, okay. And then he's just still going up higher, and I was like, oh, no.
Okay, and it was too late?
It was too late.
Okay.
I got dunked on.
So let's say relive that situation. What do you do?
I'd probably still try to block it.
Okay.
Just the person that I am.
Okay.
My competitive nature.
See, I kind of have the same answer. And I agree, context matters. If it's a playoff game, I'm going to do whatever it takes. Either I'm going to go up and try to make them stop, or I'm going to try to take a charge.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. Did you see the replay at all?
No, I didn't.
Kuzma steps in and tries to take a charge, and not kidding you, he's on his toes because I think he knows how close he is to the restricted area. He's barely on it.
Down.
Yeah, he's barely on it, and so it's not a charge. And he's going to get all kinds of flack for it. Oh, you got posterized, but he tried to make a move. I see some guys run from it, like, nah, fam, that ain't me. I'm not going to be on SportsCenter Top 10. You're still on it. You're just seen running away.
Yeah.
And to me, it depends on who it is. Like, if me at like 5'11" and 7/8, I'm pushing 6 foot, like right at 6 foot. If I'm about to get dunked on by a guy that's 6.5, 7 foot, I'm out.
Right.
Especially if it's a regular season game.
But if I'm an NBA player,
sorry, unless it's Kevin Durant. If I'm going up, I'm blocking him. Like he's not getting to the rim with ease. I'll knock him down, 2 hands.
if it's me right now, then I'm moving. But if I'm an NBA player,
Right.
I probably have the confidence to.
And like I
step
said,
in there.
if it's somebody like DeMarcus Cousins, I'm probably out. If it's Kevin Durant, I'm
it's
knocking him
LeBron,
down.
I'm out.
If it's Kevin Durant and all 225 I'm knocking him down. 2 hands. I'll take the flagrant. Whatever. Okay. His knobby knees ain't rising up above me. It's not happening. If it's Russell Westbrook, I'm out. Anyways.
Yeah, I got you.
If it's playoffs, every bucket counts.
I also say it's probably easier to get dunked on when you've got millions of dollars to fall back on.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, who cares? I'm still.
But here's my thing.
I'm still rich.
Is if you go up for the block and you don't get it and you get dunked on, everybody wants to talk about it. Like you remember Kendrick Perkins getting dunked on by Blake Griffin?
Yeah.
He didn't even really stand a chance. And everybody still wants to talk about it. But let's be real. Big Perk was a defensive monster. He was an anchor for those Thunder teams. And yeah, Blake Griffin has some posters. But here's the thing. Serge Ibaka's been posterized multiple times. Do you know why though? Why does he get posterized?
Because he tries to block.
He tries to block it. Listen,
and often
the NBA's best shot blockers are going to get posterized every once in a while. I'm thinking of guys like Jared Allen, Fro, Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
He's been posterized a couple times, but this year, how many times has he blocked? He blocked Giannis.
Right. Yeah.
I can't say his last name still. He blocked Blake Griffin.
It's bound to happen.
He blocked LeBron.
Yeah.
It's about, listen, in order, if you're going to get the big attention, you got to take big risk, and sometimes it means big embarrassment.
Yeah.
So,
who was it?
Maybe Kuzma goes up next time instead of trying to take a charge.
Who was it that dunked on Pau Gasol in L.A.? And what's his name? Like, you could see him, he's like, you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
Okay. Whatever. I'll show you.
I'm not sure. Was it Blake? Yeah, because
yeah.
DeAndre Jordan was like...
and he's like...
Yeah, he did it twice in one game.
Okay, yeah.
Twice in the same game. Anyways, we got about 10 minutes to tip off, so let's start to wrap things up.
Super Bowl.
Before we get to the Super Bowl, really quickly, we play the Celtics today. We play the Magic at home on Tuesday. Grizzlies at home on Thursday. Rockets in Houston on Saturday. Strong?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's good.
So 4 games. We got 4 games this week. What are you thinking?
I don't.
7-game win streak right now.
I don't think the win streak's gonna stay through the 4 games.
You don't think it makes it through the week?
No. I'm not even sure it makes it through today.
I would agree.
We did lose to Boston early in the season, but that was part of the 4-game losing streak at the beginning, and so I'm not sure what to take from that because both teams are in completely different spots than they were then.
And both teams are playing their best basketball of the entire season.
So, I expect today to be a good game, but I think I think today could be one of the losses this week. But then again, who knows?
Yeah.
You know,
I'm gonna say, I think we 3-1 sounds reasonable. 2-2 sounds possible. If we go worse than 2-2, it's a disaster of a week.
Picking NBA games is so difficult because you look at the Thunder and they can beat anybody
Without a doubt.
but it's the NBA, so
And they have lost to Chicago, Atlanta.
Right.
So here we are.
yeah.
So, anyways, I'm looking forward to a good week. A couple good games in here. A couple should be gimmies, but obviously struggled with Orlando the other night even.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll just kind of see where we're at. Moving on to the Super Bowl. Okay. Last time I checked, I believe the Patriots were favored by 2.5. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick and see if that has changed at all. Regardless of spread, who you got straight up? I already know who you got, but go ahead and let everybody know. Spread is still 2.5. New England.
I'm taking the Patriots.
Okay.
I'm torn because this is literally the matchup that I wanted. Like, I wanted the Rams to get
Why?
there. I think it's cool relocating to LA.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And then
I guess that's true.
Jared Goff is he's hilarious. I don't know if you've ever followed any of his personal life stuff, but he is a funny dude and he's from LA.
Yeah.
Being from LA, going to college in Cal.
He's from LA, just like 5 of the refs were in the New Orleans Saints, Los Angeles Rams. Game.
Did you see that Cal has the most the University, California? They have the most quarterbacks to ever play in the Super Bowl.
Really?
They've got 5. Jared Goff is the 5th one.
I think I'm just kind of disappointed because I really wanted a Saints-Chiefs Super Bowl because that just would have been fun.
Yeah.
Patty Mahomes winning the MVP. That was pretty cool. But anyways, I feel like the Patriots should win because Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, they're the Patriots. I'm going to 100% be cheering for the Rams because one of my friends gave me 5 points, and we made a wager for a movie ticket, and we do that way we have to hang out no matter who loses. But he is a pretty big Patriots fan, and when they lose, he has a meltdown, and I love it because we've been friends since we were in 4th grade, so this goes way back. But he's a big Patriots fan, has been for a really long time. So anyways.
Yeah. I want to set the record straight. I'm not a Patriots fan.
Right.
I like Tom Brady. I respect him as a quarterback.
Have to.
And I think it'd be cool to see him win just to add to his legacy. But at the same time, I'm not going to be mad to see Jared Goff get a win.
Right.
And
so I feel like there was something else about the Super Bowl that I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember. I'm super looking forward to the commercials.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, if you can think of them, what was your favorite commercial from last year?
Man, I don't even know.
Mine would have to be Nope, tight end.
Yes, yeah, for sure. And they kept going.
Yes.
And you never knew which commercial
never knew
was
what was a commercial and what, because commercials are ridiculous in general. That was probably
the
my
super
favorite.
long, stretched out horse that he was on. It was
I felt like it might have been 2 years ago where they weren't that great.
Yeah, it was like a letdown.
And then last year was set a new standard.
I'm excited. I know that Chance the Rapper's got one.
Yeah, I saw that, and I can't remember what else there was. Who else was supposed to make an appearance?
Jeff Bridges is doing the dude.
Yes.
That's going to be cool.
So yeah, we've got some solid material coming up in the commercial department, but
Super Bowl's funny because like usually like during football games you watch the game and talk during the commercials. I feel like the Super Bowl's
No, I'm always like,
opposite.
everybody be quiet. We got commercials.
How much time
going
we got?
on.
5 minutes. Okay. Hypothetical here. I saw this on Twitter. Would you rather? This is hard for me because the Dolphins. I don't know if they'll ever play in another Super Bowl, but would you rather have a full paid trip to the Super Bowl? You get to stay the week, whatever, all inclusive, and your team loses, or watch at home and your team wins?
That's tough.
I put it in the perspective of OU. Like if OU was in the national championship, I'd rather stay at home and watch them win than go and lose.
Yeah, I would have to
for
think
me-
of it in college football because I don't have an NFL team really. I
Yeah.
have players that I like, guys that I like to see do well. I've just never committed to a team. I'm not big on the NFL because I love the Super Bowl. Who doesn't? Food, commercials.
Exactly.
Let me get some of that.
Yeah, but it's
but
a tough one.
That is a tough one. I'd have to say win from home.
Yeah, because I'm the type of dude, and I hate to admit this, but I'm
Like,
the type
put
of
it-
guy that it'll ruin my.
Yeah.
Like when I went to the Big 12 championship game this year, and the whole time I'm thinking, if OU loses, this whole trip is ruined. You know what I mean? Like I
Right.
don't even want to be here if they
That's
lose.
so true.
So, win
yeah.
from home for sure.
I would have to agree with you. So, anyways, I think that's all we got for this week. Thanks again for checking us out. Give us a follow on Twitter, Instagram, like us on Facebook at The Thunder Guys. I'm Zach,
I'm Craig.
and we are The Thunder Guys. Thank you for tuning in to Thunder Things. And until next week, don't forget to keep your Thunder in the up position, and hopefully we get a win today and keep the streak alive. Until next week, Thunder up, and I guess we're up.